position is asking, hinting, slightly asking for something to be given. Girls love to ask a man not only for gifts, money, but also for words, actions, emotions, care, and so on. There is an opinion that if a man has invested well in a woman financially, then he will not escape from her. He wouldn't want to lose the money invested. Meanwhile, there is a completely opposite opinion. If you want to blow a man off, ask him for money. And this does a great job. Men back off immediately or gradually. So what is the truth? To ask or not to ask? It's interesting that a lot of girls come to me who the man left, abandoned, blocked, after spending a lot, and sometimes he does this right away. I think that among you, there are those who will remember such situations with themselves, with their girlfriends, with their acquaintances, that after the girl has begged for gifts, investments, and so on, the man will at most support this relationship for sex. And not always, but more often such relationships to serious ones don't go. So, men also come to me and tell me why they do this. These are the men who, having spent a big sum of money on a girl, disappeared from her life, deleted her number, blocked her, and so on. Why is this happening? Do you think out of greed? No. Let's see why this happens. Imagine that you have a different relationship, a different man. Everything is fine and wonderful with you, and your relationship is at the stage when you invite him to visit you for the first time. And this man comes to visit you, and you tell him, "Dear, I want to bake a wonderful pie for you." Just like that, there is warmth in your soul, gratitude to him, and you wanted to do something nice for him, to which he responds, "My dear beloved, thank you for the offer, but I love you so much, and I want you to just sit next to me so that we can watch some movie hugging. I don't want you to waste time on making a pie. I want to be with you, watch a movie with you, hug you." This is one situation. And now, the situation is different. You say to the man, "Darling, I want to bake you a wonderful pie." And he says, "Pie? Great. Make me also a salad and some meat, please." Please tell me in which case your attitude towards a man will become better, and in which case your feelings for him will become a little weaker, a little more tense and unpleasant. Now imagine that this man comes to you the next day from the second situation and says, "You cooked for me yesterday, cook me soup today, and tomorrow help me wash the windows of the house, and the day after tomorrow do something else for me there." And seeing that you have become colder with him from his endless requests, because you will become colder, because you will be stunned by so many requests. So seeing that you have become colder, he will now begin to pull words and emotions out of you. He says, "Don't you love me? Listen, show me how much you love me. Just smile. Are you happy with me?" What was he doing now? He begged for your feelings, put pressure on you, pulled out your feelings, tried to draw them out. Do you feel how your love dissolves from his requests? Because when one person begins to strain another, to ask, to pull from him, no matter what money, gifts, emotions, feelings, he may get it. Yes, you may do it, and cook soup for him. You can even tell a man that you love him, but your feelings will automatically begin to diminish. But if a person refuses what is offered, then the desire to give increases. Why do they say that if you refuse, then the desire to give disappears? Because really, if you refuse incorrectly, then the second person's desire to give disappears. You must refuse with love, with gratitude, sincerely, as the example of the man in the first case. If he tells you, I don't need any pie, then of course, you felt unpleasant. But if he refused with warmth and gratitude, then your feelings grew. You became warmer, calmer, more comfortable in this relationship. If a man warmly and gratefully refuses your cake, showing concern for you, then will your desire to bake him a cake disappear? Is it possible to accept gifts with gratitude, not refuse, but accept? You can, but feelings and love grow only if you refuse. The best relationship is when you communicate with a man like this. He tells you, I'll cook dinner for you now, and you say, no, I'll cook. He says, no, you'll ruin your manicure. I'll cook. And you, no, you rest. I'll cook. And at the end, you cook together. This is the best relationship you should strive for. But this is only possible with harmonious relationships. Such relationships can be maintained for as long as desired, unless disharmony begins. If disharmony begins, now you know how to very quickly return it to harmony. When disharmony begins, a partner in a strong position will say, okay, get it ready, and he will not have the desire to somehow compensate for your investments. Just weigh your investments adequately. If a man worked all day, earned money for the two of you, then this is a sufficient investment from him, which you, in turn, must compensate with something of your own. For example, prepare dinner yourself or provide him with some other care. A short distance will return the feeling of a strong partner and the desire to invest equally in the relationship. If you are a weak partner, the strong one will not offer you help. He doesn't want a relationship with you at all. What help can there be? Let's paraphrase it. How to get something from a person who doesn't want to give it to you yet. You can easily answer this question if you answer another question. How to get something from you to a person to whom you don't want to give it today. Perhaps tomorrow you will fall in love and want. Well, yes. He can put pressure on you, ask, whine, maybe threaten, use manipulation. He will try to do all this, but your desire will become greater or less, or disappear completely. Will your feelings for him grow from this, or will it become unpleasant for you to communicate? What can this person make so you yourself want to give him something? If men loved weak, aching, unhappy women, they would immediately go to hospitals. They would admire the weakest and most helpless, who cannot even eat themselves, who cannot raise their arms in bed. They would say, Mom, I went to the hospital today. I met this girl there. I have to feed her and take care of her. But no. Men, on the contrary, fall in love with health, with energy, with laughter, with a good mood, with the same things that women fall in love with. Everyone is drawn to where the energy is in full swing, and the women themselves quickly run away from whining men. Only their heels sparkle, but they believe that a man should not run away from such a man. They say, a man should help the weak, they say to a man, if they manage to catch him. And a man, can you imagine? He wants to help, and he will help, but only who will he help to? The woman he loves, and not the one who clings to him and repeats, I don't have enough spirit. I have nothing to pay for the apartment. I haven't been to the sea for 3 years. The shelves in my house have fallen off. I've been sad for a whole month. No one has come to see me. I have no friends. Even the dogs don't come near me. And in the evening, I'll be alone again. I'm bored. Listen to what you say to a man, how you whine. It happens. People start whining as addicts. They think that this is how you can make someone fall in love. They say, I have nothing to do tonight. I have nothing to do this weekend. They whine and expect. that after the word I'm bored and have nothing to do, the man must say, "Oh, how I love it when I'm bored. I so adore people with sad faces. Unhappy. That's it. I'm coming to you. And I'll also turn green with boredom with you." I hope you understood this conflictogen clearly.